Hi everybody and welcome to Fab Tax. I'm Rosemary and today I'm excited to share another Farmhouse Fall Dollar Tree DIY. Today I have a lovely jewel tone monogram wreath. I've seen these on Etsy and in some of the higher end stores selling for upwards of $100 or so. So I wanted to see if I can make one using mostly Dollar Tree items, and I think this one came out pretty good. This is the 6th DIY from our Farmhouse Fall Dollar Tree DIY series, and it is the 3rd wreath. If you'd like to check out some of the other DIYs in this series, I have included links to those in the description box below. Also in the description box is a complete material list for this project. As always, we'd like to thank our subscribers and all those who have viewed, liked, commented, and shared our videos. Thank you for joining us in this journey and helping to grow our channel. We love you guys and really appreciate your support. If you are not yet a subscriber and like what you see, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you join the family. And with that, let's get started. Okay, so I started with one of these wreath forms from the Dollar Tree. Now, I've used this process in previous videos as well, but what I'd like to do is go ahead and remove the inner rings of the wreath form. Once I have the inner rings removed, I take the outer rings and I'm going to be using this natural raffia in fall colors that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to be using the brown shade, and I'm just going to take the one end of the raffia and knot it around the wreath form. And then I'm going to proceed to wrap the entire outer ring with the raffia. Here is the other wreath that I did previously using the same method, but this one was wrapped with jute. This is a great way to get a larger wreath form using Dollar Tree products. And so now you can see where I have covered the entire wreath with the raffia, and then I'm going to just wrap the end piece and hot glue that to the back of the other pieces of raffia. For the florals on the wreath, I purchased these stems from the Dollar Tree, this mini flower with grass, and I'm going to place one at the top and one at the bottom of the wreath, and then these hydrangeas in this beautiful orange shade, and again going to place those at the top and bottom of the wreath, and then this hop bush in lovely cream shade. Also, from the Dollar Tree, I purchased this burlap ribbon and this other polka dot burlap ribbon. I purchased this monogram, or this the letter here from Walmart. It was $1.99. And then on top of the letter, I'm going to decoupage some scrapbook paper, and I'm just kind of going through some different options. And really liking this one because it picks up the black in that ribbon. So does this one. So it's a choice between these two for me. If you wouldn't mind, leave me a comment below and tell me which one you would have chosen. I did decide to go with this script kind of burlap print that I had gotten from Hobby Lobby. And I just traced the letter and then cut it out. I also gave the letter itself a coat of black chalk paint. Once the paint was dry and the letter was cut out, I applied the paper letter to the particle board letter with a coat of Mod Podge. Now, if you've seen my videos previously, you know that I am of the dry Mod Podge school. So you can see here where I am applying a layer and then kind of taking it off to just make certain I have a nice thin coat. So I apply enough to make sure I have enough on the surface, but then just kind of go back and take some off, making certain it's just a thin coat, a drier coat. And then I went ahead and applied the letter. I like the drier method because it does allow me, I had a little bit of a nick there I had to fix, but I like this drier method because as you'll see, one of the other things that it offers you is I did have to reposition the paper. It didn't kind of sit right, and so it's a little harder to do if the paper is too wet. It'll just tear on you. So one of the things that does allow you to do is reposition the paper. Now, of course, since I was doing all that repositioning, the Mod Podge dried up a little on me, so I did have to add a little to that section. And then I just continue to press it into the surface, as well as use an old gift card to, smooth it out and make certain that it's adhering to the surface. And as you can see, it comes out pretty smooth. So now I'm going to begin to apply my florals. Now I'm not attaching the monogram just yet. I'm just putting where it's going to go so I can adjust where the flowers are going to come in. Now the other great thing about this wrapped wreath form method is that you basically don't need anything else except what you wrapped it with. So in this case the Rafia, in the previous case the Jute, to just slide the stems in between the wrappings. And then it just holds the, if it pops out a little, you just kind of pop it back into the, inside the frame there. And pretty much that's all you need. In this case, because I am using a full stem, a full bush, and I want to have it kind of hold closer to the wreath at that one point, I am using just some of the wire to attach a couple of the stems just to hold it in place. Now again, I'm going to just put the letter back in place so that I can see where I need to add my stem, and then again it just slides right through the wrappings, and then I'll just attach two of the stems to the top of the wreath via a wire just to hold that piece in place. But other than that, there's no other wiring that I'm doing. So it makes for a real quick and easy wreath assembly. Okay, then I'm going to add the cream colored flowers in next, and those I did take off the stems and just cut about 4-inch pieces of those stems. And then again, it's just the same thing, adding them in between the wrappings of the Rafia. And then I added the orange hydrangeas in the same fashion, and again those were cut off the bush from just using the stems individually. Because I want to see just how full I can make this hydrangea portion as well as the little cream flowers, I'm going to go ahead and make the bow at this point, just so I see how much space I have. And I'm just using a loop method to create the bow. And so I'm taking that ribbon from the Dollar Tree, the larger one that is just the regular burlap, and I'm creating about 3.5 to 4-inch loops on each side. So to the right there's a 4-inch loop, and then I go to the left and create a 4-inch loop, and so on and so forth for 4 loops on each side. So once I have 4 loops on each side, I just go ahead and cut the ribbon off, and I'll put that aside because I'm going to do this other smaller polka dot polka dot ribbon into a smaller inner bow to go on top of the larger bow. So in this case, I'm creating the same loops. I'm only going to make 3 loops on each side this time, and I'm going to make them the loops themselves about 2.5 to 3 inches. Now, if you'd like to see a really comprehensive bow tutorial, Jeri-Ann Henson has just published a really great in-depth tutorial on all types of bow making, and I will link that in the description box below in case you want to check it out. Now I'm just going to put the 2 bows together, lay the smaller one right on top of the larger one, and I'm going to also twist those bottom tails on the smaller one around because the print is on the one side, and so you have to kind of twist it around to make sure that print side is facing forward. And then I'm going to bunch the middle together and just get a wire, piece of floral wire, and wrap it around the back, twist it up, and then fluff the loops, and you have a 2-tone ribbon, loop ribbon. Okay, so before I attach the ribbon, I'm going to take my monogram again so I can make sure that everything is lined up correctly, place it where it's going to go on the wreath when it's completed, and then go ahead and attach the ribbon. And I can see there, if I attach the ribbon there in the middle as I intend, because of where it's going to sit relative to the monogram and everything else, I see that I do have space for some more of the hydrangeas, as well as some of these smaller white or cream colored flowers. So I added some more of those, and then also went ahead and added more of the orange hydrangeas. So in total, I used 1.5 stems or bushes of both the cream colored flowers and the orange hydrangeas. So I used 1.5 on the top and 1.5 on the bottom. So there was a total of 3 hydrangeas and 3 of the, I forget what it was called, hot something, cream colored flowers. And then I just repeated the pattern on the bottom half of the wreath, putting in the cream colored flowers and then the orange hydrangeas. Lastly, I just applied my monogram with some E6000 and a little hot glue. So here we have the finished project. It's ready to hang on your door, or it can hang on a wall like it is here, in these lovely jewel tones. Now this wreath did come in about $14. Now of course that's much better than the $100 or so price tag or $75 price tag I've seen online. But you know, you can maybe take the price down a little bit if you wanted to maybe do a single tone ribbon, or maybe not make the hydrangea or the other cream flowers as full. You could bring it down and buy a few dollars, maybe make it under $10 by making those cuts. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this Farmhouse Fall Dollar Tree DIY. We have much more DIYs coming up in the Farmhouse Fall series, including some more wreaths and some other wall hangings, some more lanterns. So if you're not already subscribed and like what you see, or like to check out those new items coming up, you might want to subscribe so you can see them as soon as they're published. If you liked the video, please remember to give us a thumbs up, and please share with any family and friends you think might also like this video. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.